Welcome back, nerds. This is Two Nerds in the Universe. I'm Alex.
This is Brandon.
And this is our 4th episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. So how are you doing today, brother?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Whole day's just been relaxing, and finally was able to hit the gym for the first time.
Yeah.
And I swear, I hate the holidays so much purely because gym's closed, and it's just...
Well, not only is the gym closed on December 31st and January 1st, now when you go back to the gym right now,
oh my God,
everybody is there right now because everything is like
New Year,
75% off, New Year, new me.
at least for the first 2 months.
I wouldn't even say 2 months. I'd probably say
The first 2 weeks you'll lose about a good chunk of them.
Yeah,
just a couple of them that will stay.
Yeah, but it's okay. Just wait for their downfall. Once they wash out, then you can get your...
We're preying on people's downfall.
Your
This is awful.
Yeah, that's what we did in college the entire time too. You're there and you're trying to get into a class and you're like, oh my God, that class is full. I really need to take that class. Just wait, they'll drop out. It'll be good. So a couple stuff we're gonna go over today. As always, something that we're gonna do is we're gonna ask each other questions, kind of like a little icebreaker, get us started. We'll touch a little bit of Stranger Things. Everybody's talking about Stranger Things, so we don't want to get too caught up in it. But we'll give a little take, and then we're going to get into our most highly anticipated movies of 2026. So I don't know if anybody's looked at the movie list that's going to come out this year, but it's got a great year for movies this year. So we're going to get into that. But first things first, I'm going to ask you a question. Let me know what you think. In your opinion, what is most important when watching a movie to you? There's really no right or wrong answer. It's just to you. Number one.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and give you something just to kind of helps you. The visuals and cinematography, VFX, right? Number 2, the plot and narrative. Number 3, the actors and characters. Or number 4, the soundtrack and the score. So if you need a real quick example, visuals and cinematography, think of Blade Runner 2049, think of Oppenheimer, Lawrence of Arabia. I feel like one thing to kind of, and I see the face you did right there, but one thing for all of us to understand is that when people mention cinematography, that's not only the visual effects. That's not only the VFX of a movie, of how beautiful. Yeah, no. Cinematography is the art of capturing a movie. So it goes more into it than just if it looks beautiful. It's how did they create the film? What lengths did they have to go to give you this film? Why Lawrence of Arabia is there is because they did it in the desert. They had to deal with sandstorms. They had to deal with people falling out to the heat. There's so much stuff that they had to deal with, but it's the art of the lengths you went to be able to put that film together. So Lawrence of Arabia, although it sucks and it's boring, it falls into the category of a high cinematography when it comes to movie. It's boring and it sucks. Plot and narrative, think of like Fight Club, think of Prestige, think of Shawshank. Actors and characters, think of Pulp Fiction, Ocean's 11, Grand Budapest. This is things of like A-tier actors. Like the acting is there. The acting is really good. Think of that.
Actors and characters.
Yeah, actors and characters. Soundtrack and score of a movie. Think of Jaws. Think of like Lord of the Rings 3, Return of the King. Think of Jurassic Park. So those are some good examples to show you. What do you think is most important to you when you watch a movie?
I've watched some pretty out there movies, so I think A and D are off the list.
Okay.
The movies that come to mind just don't. They're not up there in regards to cinematography and music.
So the soundtrack and the score doesn't have to be that good, nor does the visual effects.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're down to
plot versus characters.
Yeah.
Actors themselves, I don't necessarily care too much. They are a draw, certainly, but I've been pleasantly surprised by movies that have actors that
you've never heard of. Yeah,
and it's after that you'd be like, dude, I love these people.
Yeah. So then, what would you say?
So, I think it really does come down to the plot itself.
Okay,
if it makes sense. And
so the most important thing to you is plot,
story,
the storyline, the screenplay. Yeah. That's the most important thing to you when it comes to watching a movie.
Absolutely.
Okay. There's no right or wrong answer. You can have a beautiful movie visually and it suck, right? Like it happens all the time. You might not be the most excited about the soundtrack and how they scored a movie, but it could still be good. But I feel like if you have a terrible plot, so many plot holes, you just no like continuity and fluidity to the storyline of the movie, you're probably not going to enjoy it.
For sure.
So that's fair. That's fair.
As if I could ask you a question,
Yep.
just because I'm trying to learn a little bit more about sports in general. I mean, I've seen both sides of the camp. I've talked to plenty of people about this stuff. I'm actually kind of curious about yours. Old school versus new school. Who wins? You know, sports across the board. We're talking hockey. We're talking basketball, football, boxing. We've seen amazing.
So the question is, who would win in a specific sport or just in general?
In general, I would say who is more who's more fun to watch, I guess. You know, you're going old school versus new school.
I mean, that's tough. That's a completely...
It's a loaded question. You
Yeah,
got to bring in different rules when it comes to certain... You got to bring in... essentially, you put Muhammad Ali versus...
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. I mean, that's really tough. I might be biased because I'd rather watch today's sports, but because people are bigger, faster, stronger, like not only does that pass our eye test, but scientifically we are reaching a new heights as a human species on what we're able to do physically than what they were able to do 50 or 100 years ago. So I'm definitely going to say I'd rather watch sports today. I mean, what do you define modern? Is modern just the past 20, 30 years, or is modern these past 50 years versus the 50 years before? Yeah, what is it?
Probably the 90s and up.
Okay, so then would I'd rather watch, I don't know, let's think about this from like football. Would I rather watch Tom Brady, Megatron, Randy Moss, LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk? Yeah, absolutely. I'd rather watch them over, I don't know, Terry Bradshaw and Jim Brown, and I'm dissing so many people, and I don't really mean to do that, but like, I mean, yeah, it's 100%. I'd rather watch modern. Yeah, you tell me a modern NBA where I can just watch Jordan and AI and Kobe and LeBron and Tim Duncan and Shaq. I mean, yeah, if that's considered modern, then yeah, why the hell would I not want to watch them?
Kind of wonder if 20 years from now, people
they would say the same thing.
No, against Tyson and against everybody you just brought up.
No,
I mean, like
there's no one.
Old school.
No, there's no one going to be better than. There's not going to be anybody better than Curry and LeBron.
Oh, we're the best.
And Tim Duncan. I mean, obviously, you're going to have that athlete that comes up, and that is their respected GOAT. They think there's no previous player that was better than that, and most of the time that does happen. So if you look at like baseball, for years everybody said it was Babe Ruth, right? And obviously there's people and as the years go on that you could throw a name in there, right? You'd hear all the time of all these baseball players, but now you hear people say Shohei Ohtani. You think of NBA, you would hear Bill Russell, and then it went to Kareem, maybe Wilt Chamberlain, maybe Larry Bird, Magic in there. And then you get to the 90s, late 80s, early 90s and on, and then you hear Michael Jordan. And then you fast forward, and now you hear LeBron. And the same thing in the NFL. You would hear people talk about Walter Payton or Jim Brown, and then you fast forward, and then you start having people talk about, I mean, this is kind of like a specific defensive time too, but like you just, there's so many people is my point, is that you go on and you could say, oh, Barry Sanders or anybody you want, then you fast forward and now here's Tom Brady, and now we say Tom Brady, but then there's another quarterback who certainly has a good case to reach that point and maybe further, who's Patrick Mahomes. So there's always a new athlete coming out that's probably gonna be, that could pass them, you know what I mean? Just because look at the versatility of what we're able to do.
I guess that argument of the argument will never go away. I'm sure right now, probably even your father would sit here and say that LeBron is better than. Jordan is better than LeBron, and
yeah, there's a lot of delusional people that will say that, but I don't I don't care. It's not. He's
I'm
not better.
sure that somebody will come along one day that it's hard to imagine, but will be better than
LeBron. I mean, they'll probably say Wemby, right? Like assuming Wemby doesn't. I mean, he's getting hurt a lot. So let's knock on wood and say here in the future he stops getting hurt as frequently as he is. I mean, you don't know. 21-year-old who's doing what he's able to do. Imagine 15 years from now, he doesn't get hurt. He learns how to use his body. I mean, yeah, he very well could pass LeBron.
And then people will be sitting here
saying he's the best. So yeah, but I think universe. I don't even want to say universally, but like everybody now will point to athletes being bigger, stronger, and faster now, and that's pretty much across all boards, every sport. I'm probably gonna say the modern era is definitely better, just because we're watching like peak athleticism from the human species.
And you've shown me like a whole bunch of different basketball clips that just the clips themselves absolutely amazing. But like Steph Curry, LeBron James, all these greats, and it's incredibly entertaining. And that's the modern day, at least according to our definition.
Yeah.
So imagine that there's that, but gonna be somebody would see. Yeah, somebody would see. Something else.
You have a 6. You have a 7'5" dude being able to twin dribble behind the back, step back three, pull up like Curry, and dunk like, I don't want to say like Vince Carter, but like that capable of putting people on posters. He's 7'6", but like the athleticism, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, I'm still excited for the future of all these sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a lot of history to research.
Yeah, especially to get into it. No, it's a lot that goes into it. So, I mean, obviously this question kind of came up a little bit over this weekend. We were chilling, hanging out a little bit. And that's definitely an entire episode that we can
get into.
Yeah. So that will be an episode where we'll get into modern and versus old school in terms of like NBA, NFL. And NBA would smack them, but like NFL, I mean NFL might too. We're just bigger, stronger, and faster. It's really hard. But over December 31st, January 1st. An episode released.
Yeah, strange things, man.
A very highly anticipated episode.
End of an era. 10 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
10 years.
Yeah, of these. I did say that I think the end of the episode of season 5 when all these characters are all conversing with each other and everything. I do think that those tears were so real, and it wasn't even them acting. It was them genuinely telling each other like goodbye.
Yeah, that was a good chunk of their lives.
No, 10 years. And these kids are, I don't want to say they're like kids. I think they're like 25 or 24 or something like that. And some of them are even 30. But I mean, 10 years of you filming with these people and y'all being best friends and everything.
That's point to become like family.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that what happened in on The Office?
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh, The Office. So amazing.
Yeah. When they say bye and they're crying.
Oh gosh, yeah. That last episode really, really hits me every single time.
Yeah. But that's how I feel with Stranger Things is I don't feel like they were acting at the end. Them crying was legit telling each other like, all right, bye. We're already closing this chapter of our lives. That's about the only positive thing I can say about that episode.
It wasn't absolutely awful, but there are definitely some negatives that we do need to talk about real quick. Glaringly obvious to me, at least the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that last episode was Hopper in uniform. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm not, Hopper...
Oh, him being a sheriff
Hopper
again.
should be dead. According to the eyes of the public.
Yeah.
They saw there's a whole newspaper clipping and all that stuff. I mean, he's meant to have died in a fire, so for him to just come back randomly and...
be the sheriff again?
Like, hey, it's me again. What was his excuse? I get it's 18 months later, but you completely painted over that. I mean... Like that's a hard thing to bring up in the office, on Friday or on Monday,
Okay, so that was a negative for you.
Definitely a negative. And if also
keep on you.
Delightful Derek, loved Delightful Derek.
Yeah,
definitely wholesome. The whole great. It really made me smile. But something I thought that they were gonna talk about, or at least cover up, but they didn't, is the fact that they know who kidnapped them. Lucas's sister poisoned them with a piece of pie.
Yeah.
And then came up and said, I said, eat your dang pie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a funny scene, but they know who kidnapped them. So how do they just,
They
go
just
over
let that
You
go.
know, they still allow them to be best friends on the playground?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Okay.
And for Derek to be at their house, playing with them with D&D, oh yeah, that's fine. Just friends poison each other with pie sometimes. It's all good. Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
Yeah. There's not a lot of there. I feel like us as a whole, because we put season 5 on a pedestal based off of how season 4 ended. I mean, really, was there even gonna be room for this season to like exceed our expectations or even meet our expectations? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tough. It did not meet my expectations.
That's the danger with waiting, man.
Yeah, and I do think you were right about COVID really messing up this show, because I feel like that last bit of season 5 could have been 2 seasons. I feel like everything was much more condensed, and they had to finish it off because of the age factor. They could no longer keep them there as children. So it's kind of tough. I think everything just had to be rushed. I think there's a lot of negatives to take. I don't want to sit here and pick at, the fight being longer or the fight needing to be longer towards the end, right? Like all the demo dogs and demogorgons just put in vacation and they never really cared to protect their most important entity.
For the hive mind.
Yeah, and then Nancy looking like Rambo. Like, we're not going to sit here and go through every single negative thing because it would take a while. I think the one thing that I can appreciate, besides them not acting, telling each other bye, was like the way that it ended, of Mike walking away after they put their binders up, moving on, and then you see the kids run down, and like it's a new era of new generation of children playing D&D, but playing D&D safely. They don't have to worry about any negative like insidious creatures or anything like that gonna steal them or kidnap them or anything. So like I can appreciate that. I had said something else too. Oh, Elle needing to die. I do agree. Yes. I do agree that she had to, because I feel like every connection to the upside down and anything like that had to go. So I do like that took place, and I think it had to take place. The only thing that I think was unnecessary was them choosing to have Mike say all that. So now it sparks debate of, oh, is Elle alive or is she dead? Because it's like, there's nothing wrong with your main character giving their life so that others can live and move on. Like they do that in movies all the time. Like, why do you have to leave room for interpretation? And this whole interpretation of Kali being miles away, giving off that illusion after she just got shot in the gut probably 20 minutes ago. She's not
bled out dead already.
Yeah, so it's just really, it's not believable. I don't like that they did that. You chose to kill her off, then stick with that.
I guess somebody could sit here and say that her getting shot was also a vision that she...
No, you see, now this is dumb. Now we're all going to sit here and do that, but it's like, was the season not that good that they have to leave room for us to talk about it just to want to come back to the spinoff?
That was gonna happen regardless, I feel. I mean, even if forget COVID, everything.
So even if they ace season 5, you think they would have still left questions unanswered?
Absolutely.
No, then how is the show
talking about it 10 years from now?
No, but if it's so good and if it ended perfectly, you wouldn't need to talk about it for after 10 years. And we still talk about Endgame, and it ended perfectly. You think it ended bad?
I'm trying to think if there was any sort of draw. I mean, I guess, where does it go from here?
I mean, sure, that's the question. But like, as for leaving no stone unturned, answering all the questions, I feel like Endgame did that. I feel like if something is good, you don't have to leave lingering like questions there. It's like it was good enough that you're gonna talk about it regardless. We don't have to leave you on a cliffhanger.
That's a good point.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Endgame definitely did end pretty well. As nerds, we're going to sit here and we're going to think to ourselves, what did Captain America say to Red Skull when they met behind, the scenes and all that, and so on and so forth. We're going to come up with theories about whether or not Natasha's still alive, et cetera, whatever. I don't think she is, but whatever I want not. Nerds will definitely do that, and if it's a good enough show, good enough movie, it's going to happen regardless. You don't necessarily need to do that. I mean, do I really think that it was a bad
Ending?
ending?
No, I don't think it was a bad
I
ending.
don't think it was bad at all.
I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was necessarily really good. And I think if they chose they chose the route of killing her off, don't just cause speculation 30 minutes later because you want people to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because you knew people were going to talk about it because there's not a lot of positives people are saying about it. So it doesn't make sense to me.
This may be too much of a loaded question, but would you have ended it differently?
Would I have ended Stranger Things differently?
Would you have wanted like Elle to be with Mike?
No, I think I think I think anybody that had any sort of connection to the Upside Down and being able to open up portals to another world should die, right? Like not die in the worst way. Have a hero's death, a hero's sacrifice. I can appreciate that.
So sad, bro.
But even then, like none of these kids died.
What about
they went to another planet, fought monsters? First of all, what's the odds of that planet having oxygen?
Yeah,
they can all breathe. But even on top of that, it's just not one of them died. How believable is it to watch an entire 10 years of children fighting monsters and not one dying? But you bring on a supporting character every single season just to kill them off at the end, so that kind of gives you that.
I'm not gonna sit here and hate on the Duffer Brothers for not killing off.
Some of them needed to die.
Any of them.
Will should have died. Will should have died because he was connected to the hive.
That guy.
No, Will should have died.
Specifically him.
Yeah, no, not specifically him, but he should have died. He's connected to the hive mind. Nancy, I don't know about Nancy. Mike's goated, so like
protect that guy.
Yeah, protect that guy. Steve had to die though.
No.
I love Steve.
What's wrong
with you? No, hear me say this. I love Steve, and I that's the last person that I would tell you I want to die. But if you gave him a hero's death, that would have been amazing. Like and they kind of gave you that idea. Oh, is he gonna die when he's hanging there? And you're like, no, don't kill him. Just by him like hanging, falling to his death, like
damage, really?
No, like let it be like a monster was about to, like the mind flayer was about to step on.
Oh, like Billy.
On kind of, I guess,
Billy,
but the mind flayer is about to step on Dustin, and Steve runs over there and pushes him out of the way or something because
so awful for Dustin. He's already been through too much.
Yeah, but why give that scene of I die, you die? Like that was so deep. Like if anything happens to you, it happens to me too. But like you never get that. Like none of the kill off Jonathan. Like I don't care.
The whole Byers family just kill them all.
Nah, not Joyce. Let Hopper. Hopper saw 2 daughters die and his wife leave him. Like he's been through enough. Let him finally get his good story. Like his good ending.
His happy ending.
I just can't believe that none of these kids died. Like not a single one. That's just really unbelievable. The show.
Darn. Okay. Well, you talk towards the direction of Elle having to die and any connection to the Upside Down or Dimension X. I get that. What if by killing Vecna, I think their powers are gone. It's his powers. He even said that you're powerful, but don't ever mistake.
Yeah, but it didn't just
my power.
Yeah, but
he's dead, so the power's gone. The mind flayer's dead, so the power's gone.
No, because because all the powers that he had. Well, I mean, I guess because the rock, the mind flayer rock is what gave him the power. But clearly, you didn't. When you killed you actually don't even know if Elle would have had powers or not, because now that I'm thinking about it, once you killed the mind flayer
powers, then I suppose.
Yeah. But once you killed, if you killed the mind flayer, Elle didn't use her powers again when she left. She didn't use her powers again when I guess she used her quote unquote powers to go through the door, right? When they're taking them off the truck, she somehow slipped through the cracks. Right?
I don't think that was her using her powers. I mean, assuming you're going the route of what the Duffer Brothers want us to think, then 8 masked her, so there was no Elle using her powers. But if 8 is using her powers, that means Elle.
Yeah, but there's no way 8's using her powers after bleeding out like that.
30 minutes.
And yeah, you think they went all the way up there and back in 5 minutes? Like,
no, definitely not.
No, and even then, like, one thing that really pissed me off was they're like, who's going to be the bait? why would it not be like Lucas or Steve or Jonathan when they have to run to the trench or the canyon or whatever, when they go in the middle to bait the mind flayer? First of all, Nancy just straight spraying it, right? And then runs, makes it.
All that training she did to get those headshots.
Yeah, in a moving vehicle with all these trained soldiers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Call of Duty. I know how easy it is.
It's realistic. So anyways, her running, getting to the canyon, and the kids running up the canyon in time before the mind flayer gets there. Like, there's so many things that just really pissed me off about it. Yeah, dude, I'm not really gonna walk away and say that show was like amazing, because you didn't have to exactly land the plane perfect, but at least give me a nice little soft landing. Even if it had some bumps, just give me something good. But I just think it had so much turbulence, just a lot of bumps for me to really enjoy season 5 the way I enjoyed season 1 through 4. I just don't think the way they ended season 4 too, like. And then you just skip to 18 months later. Like, it's just, I mean, that looked like it was pretty important time to find Vecna in that 18 months when he was away healing. You know what I mean? Don't you think that would have been the best time to go find him when he was healing?
They were trying for 18 months.
Yeah, but it's just kind of, I mean, I guess because he was hiding in the other world. He wasn't even in the Upside Down.
They were looking all over the Upside Down. They didn't even know about Dimension.
Yeah, they didn't. It's just kind of tough. And then it just got really sci-fi. Like, season 1 is like the best season, right? Even though there's a Demogorgon walking around, you didn't really know what it was, and it just seemed a more grounded show.
Yeah, fair.
Then it went extreme right field.
Season 2 was not terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible either. I just think their
little adventure wasn't really my favorite, but the rest of it still really good.
Yeah, it's
Bob, rest in peace.
Honestly, man, it's just I feel like the idea and the mind that they had, like the bigger picture that they had, was like a Marvel type movie or like a DC type. Like, it just didn't really fit as a Netflix show. And this idea that they've had the story written out before they ever filmed, I think I'm calling bull. Because
they changed it halfway through.
Well, I think maybe
that's a good theory. Never mind, we probably changed.
Yeah, because I don't think I don't think the continuity of this show is that good to be all like, hey, yeah, it's written before it was even created. Like, if you're telling me a story that was written before it's created and it's perfect through and through, yeah, I'm gonna think of like AOT. So
yeah, for sure.
So am I looking at this movie and I'm not comparing them because they don't even compete. AOT is peak, but like what I'm saying is like a director sitting there telling everybody, no, we knew the whole story from the beginning. And you watch Stranger Things, you're like, I don't think so. I don't think you did, because there's multiple areas where you have a lot of questions. I don't have any questions of AOT. Like, everything is just answered perfect.
Wrapped up pretty good.
Like, that story was written from the end to the beginning. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I just don't like this notion that they planned and wrote out the entire story before it was ever filmed, because it's like, you probably didn't. You probably made one season to see if it works and was like, hey, okay, like it was received well. Let's make a story for season 2 and then season 3. And then before you know it, you're like, hey, we started kind of grounded, but now we're talking about different dimension. Now we're talking about other planets. So I don't know, kind of lost me. But I think season 1 through 4 are some peak TV.
Definitely sad to see it end. But I agree with you. Season 5, not the greatest. It's still not a miss for me. Does this show really, as you theorized years back, would you say this is one of the greatest TV shows of all time?
What is the greatest? I mean, if you're saying top 10, top 5, top 10 TV shows of all time, it's probably not.
No. I mean, just like Walking Dead, just like Game of Thrones, other like TV shows that have really taken, pop culture by storm. Everybody in the world's talking about it.
And just not ending well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. Like, you can't please everybody. I understand that. But, man, like, there's so much more content in shows than movies, right? Shows are much longer runtime, right? But, like, man, really, really write the whole storyline and then get into it. You know what I mean?
They probably do. The directors and writers and all that stuff, whatever. the creators probably do. And then some suit comes in with their stupid briefcase, and they're over here like, I need to make more money. This is what the fans want. You don't speak for us. Okay?
Yeah.
You be quiet. Let the creators do their story.
Do what they do.
Stop trying to, make a quick buck.
Yeah. I mean, it very well could be, but I just know a lot of shows aren't ending the best. I mean, that's fine. It's really tough to give you hundreds of minutes, right, of and even hours of content, and feel like I have to land this plane perfectly. It's probably a lot of pressure on their shoulders to give you a perfect ending when it's really hard to give you a perfect ending. But I mean, we're far from it in a lot of other shows, and I think Stranger Things ended okay, but it's not nearly what I thought they could have done if they really wrote this entire storyline from the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and say, if I was looking at season 1 and 4 as a whole, and I gave that a 9.5, saying that it could have been the best show as long as they land the plane, I honestly would argue that the show probably fell down to like a 8 to 8.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll say 8.5 for the show.
Fair.
So
I would still rewatch it, give it some time for it, leave my, memory bank a little bit.
yeah.
I'll rewatch it, but it probably would be on the same level as The Walking Dead, which I do love, but just kept going and kept going and kept going. Game of Thrones, which really, really did love. Robb Stark, King of the North, absolutely amazing. But again, just kept going and kept going and kept going. All these TV shows could have been the greatest, and I guess technically, because I can't think of any other TV shows that surpassed them. It is, but they definitely did not reach my expectations.
Yeah.
So it breaks it down to.
I mean, there's a lot of there's better shows that I would say: Peaky Blinders, Sopranos, Chernobyl, The Wire. There's a lot of like better shows. You know what I mean? So I mean, I wouldn't give it top 10, but I certainly would say it's a must watch. I just wouldn't say it's top 10. That's unfortunate. I was talking so highly about it for years, but I mean, you still walk away from that show as the Duffer Brothers, as any of those actors and actresses, as a success. Absolutely. So, well, we finished off 2025 with Stranger Things. Now we're into 2026, and there's a lot of good content coming out for.
Yeah, we have our work cut out for us for sure.
It is an amazing year if you're a movie fan, even if you're a TV show fan too as well, and especially an anime fan with JJK coming out like in a couple days. So there's a lot of good stuff 2026 for us. Let's hope the Cowboys Super Bowl is
this is our year, baby.
No, it's not, because we already lost and the playoffs are starting soon. But like next year, like for real, next year is our year. But there's a lot of good movies coming out, and I think we should definitely list our top 5 anticipated movies.
I got you.
I'm gonna go out and say on both of our lists, I don't think either one of us have Doomsday and Brand New Day, and the only reason is because that would be 1 and 2 on everybody's list, but we know everybody is gonna go watch Brand New Day and Doomsday. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave them as honorable mentions. Go see it. If you were to ask me, out of all the movies coming out, if I could only watch 2 movies, it's gonna be Doomsday and Brand New Day.
They have us wired for this stuff.
Yeah, but
it's they're like string masters.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're gonna watch this. There's not a single scenario in which I'm not.
I'm not excited for any of these other movies more than I am for Doomsday and Brand New Day, but I don't want to take away from other movies that are coming out, so I'm gonna leave those as honorable mentions. And I think we can get into 5, and we'll go all the way to 1.
Absolutely.
So if you want to start us off on your 5th most highly anticipated movie of 2026.
Then that's going to have to be Mercy. So this one is about Chris Pratt. Starring Chris Pratt. And he's playing like this detective that is like been really, he's really hyping up AI in incorporating AI inside law.
Yeah.
Because they're, meant to be like perfect, can't make a mistake, and all that stuff. You certainly look at our own world and our laws. What am I thinking of? Like courthouses and whatnot. How many people are in prison right now that genuinely did not do it? I know that's a cliche to say it, but there's probably a lot more people than you.
I think 99% of inmates would say they didn't do it.
for sure. It's definitely a cliche to say,
Yeah.
but I guarantee there's more people than you think that are in prison
And are innocent.
literally are innocent.
Yeah.
And how awful is that? Their entire life completely gone. In fact, there's plenty of stories that we could talk about.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it, but
were wrongfully convicted.
exactly,
Yeah, absolutely.
exactly. You
There's a
find
lot.
out afterwards that it's
Yeah.
they didn't do
Sorry.
anything wrong. It's like, sucks for you, man. That's years of my life you just took away from me. So
Absolutely.
obviously there's the human element to it that we can hate, but as of right now, we can't really do anything about that human element. You
Yeah.
just try your best not to send it.
So the show is
prison.
incorporating AI to minimize the error.
Human error.
Human
yeah,
error.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And unfortunately, it wouldn't be much of a movie if it was perfect, right?
Yeah.
So AI is going to
turn somehow.
Yeah. So this detective, he's actually in jail for his wife's murder. He's being framed, and he has had like 24 hours to defend his name and to prove to the AI that he didn't do anything wrong. And it's a whole shebang. I'm pretty excited to see it. Not as much as some of these other movies, but certainly when that comes out. I think Chris Pratt's a really good actor.
No, he is.
And I think can't wait to watch it.
Okay. Number 4 for me is Disclosure Day. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I did
seen a trailer
for that. It's about like the aliens, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like you don't really know too much from the trailer. I think the trailer does a really good job at you watching it, and you're still like, I don't know what it's about, but I know like it's trippy. Like the weather girl sitting there and just like sounding as if she's being used as a vessel to communicate.
On live television.
And this is the same director that gave you E.T., right? Like Jaws. So you know, man's gonna cook.
Yeah,
just give
him.
him. And he has and it's a good cast, right? Like Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt, right?
Yes, she's the main person, but she's definitely the news person.
Yeah. So, and I think it touches on the question that everybody's fascinated with today. Obviously, AI is one of them, but like aliens. Are aliens real? Right? Like, what happens with the existence of aliens? I get annoyed when you go around and people are telling you, like, I'll mention that, and somebody was like, "Oh, aliens are real. Like, the government confirmed it."
Yeah.
And you're like, "But don't you think the world would be acting so much more differently if aliens were real?" Like, it's not the reaction that people have to aliens being real. It's not that doesn't even make any sense to me. It's like, why would that be your response? Like, I'm thinking of like, I don't want to say end of the world and everybody's lashing out and burning everything, but it's like,
let's burn down Chicago.
Yeah,
it's Hervey.
Yeah, no, yeah, but that's my point. Is like, wouldn't people act differently? Right? Like, if I know aliens are real, wouldn't I start questioning my existence? Would I not start going to the aliens and saying, "Who created you?"
So, what are you saying with that? Because
is that it's such a big topic that I think that movie is going to be really good. And not only do I think it's going to only be really good because of the casting, but because of who's directing it.
I think it'll be really good. But to your statement about how nobody changed anything, I think it's just nobody trusts the government, man. I certainly didn't believe them when they said that aliens existed. I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it. They have like all these. They had a whole court system with it. They had a Air Force guy come in and it's like, I've legit flown in the sky and seen them. It's like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, but
I don't.
But that's
government lies.
But that's my point. Is like, you would know when the world has like come into contact with them, like real legit contact. You would see how they respond. It would not be what we think of, like, oh, hey, yeah, like, we know that's cool, let me go about my day.
Yeah,
like,
gotta go to work.
Like, their technology is that advanced to be able to not only come here but communicate with us. Like, you don't think that's terrifying? You know what I mean? So
terrifying if aliens exist.
That would be my top 5, because there's that topic of aliens is right up there with AI for me as to like how interesting it is and how terrifying it is.
Something in the air, you know.
Yeah.
We all feel like the end is right around the corner.
Yeah,
it's all about like how it's gonna.
Who is it? Is it AI or is it alien?
Yeah, is it both?
Or are we gonna nuke each other? But yeah, like that's something that comes to mind, and that's why I think Disclosure Day, and because of who's directing it, it's gonna be a really good movie. And that one is coming out. Ooh, I think that one's coming out in the summer. I could be wrong, but it's coming out this year, and that one I'm really excited for.
Oh yeah, my bad. Mercy comes out January 23rd.
Oh, I should have been like you. I don't even have a date for it, but it's coming out. I know it's coming out. So what's your number 4?
Number 4 is going to be Clayface.
Oh, hell
We
yeah.
don't have much information on it. I just know that it's coming out, and its set date supposed to be September 11th. Obviously, being so far out, they couldn't change it, make it a little bit later and whatnot. But I'm certainly interested to see it.
Yeah, and there's
Clayface is really good in TV shows, in Batman TV shows,
Yeah.
Batman animated TV show. I mean, played really well, and I know that they can make it very, heart wrenching. For instance, in the TV show, Clayface was a good cop, a hardcore to the letter cop,
Yeah.
hated Batman at first, and in reality, he was actually childhood friends with Bruce
Bruce Wayne.
and so that's sort of like a little bit of a stressful element right there. And then, of course, they do end up liking each other eventually, Batman and this cop. But eventually, the Joker, as he does, comes in, uses some of his gas. They try to cure him. Doesn't necessarily work out. What they utilize to cure him ends up transforming his body, having him turn into a villain, a crazy, psychopath and all that stuff. And it's very gut wrenching for especially for kids' TV shows.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really feel that. I don't think they're going to be doing that with this. I think from the research that I've been able to do, a guy named Tom Rise Harries is going to be playing Clayface. Like a couple of other movies, but nothing that's like too grandiose in my opinion.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, he's just an actor that's going to be injecting himself in it in order to be better at his job. Kind of lame in my opinion. I hope they don't do that because what I just described was a lot more.
Sounds better.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
So I guess that is reminiscent of Dark Knight with Two-Face, that being a good.
Oh, Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent being a good.
Yeah.
Pillar.
Well, that's the whole Joker's whole premise is obviously taking down those
pillars
of humanity,
cons and all that.
Yeah, because you take them down, then you're taking more good away from the people, and that's exactly what Joker wants to do.
A little crazy too.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I'm definitely excited to see it, and I think that does take place in actual DC. That's not an Elseworld movie. So James Gunn.
I'm he's obviously a fantastic, director and all that. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to put somebody who, in my opinion, is really good on comics, is really good on TV shows.
Yeah.
Probably not very good for a movie.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people said about Mr. Terrific. And look how good Mr. Terrific was. So, I mean, most of the time, James Gunn doesn't miss. Just let him cook. You might argue about, like, Suicide Squad. I think he even directed Suicide Squad. So you might argue about that. But, like, I mean, look at the work of everything else, like Guardians, right? Superman. All four of those movies, I think, are really good. I even think he did, could be wrong. You couldn't even check me, but I think he did Brightburn.
Ooh, Brightburn. You want to explain that one?
Brightburn is just another alternate universe or reality of where Superman comes to the planet Earth, but instead of being a hero because he gets bullied because of his differences, he ends up becoming a villain.
That guy was named David.
Was he a producer? Was James Gunn a producer at all in that movie? I feel like James Gunn was tied to that movie in some form or fashion. But anyways, if you haven't seen Brightburn, you definitely need to watch it. He's a producer for the Brightburn movie. Okay, yeah. So just think about it, and I think it was even his vision
if you haven't watched it already, you're 6 years too late, so there's probably going to be
spoilers. No, but still watch the movie. You just get an idea of in a world of Superman where because he was bullied, he doesn't just become a hero, he becomes a villain. But the type of killings he does because of his ability to do everything is gruesome and it's awesome. And if you watch the end of the movie, they showed hints of there being other metahumans.
Yeah.
And you thought there was going to be an entire world of just terrible heroes that we know that actually turn bad, which sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But
I mean, check this. I mean, like, I love superheroes. We love superheroes because we can see the best of ourselves inside them.
Yeah.
Right. But in reality, if human beings had powers at that young of an age, I mean, in the Superman movies, he's constantly holding himself back. His dad was a good pillar.
Yeah.
In like forming him to be a good type of guy. But if you give kids super duper strength, super speed, the ability to laser people, they're gonna get a temper tantrum and go crazy.
You watch The Boys, that's what superheroes would be like today.
Even then, I mean, that loved The Boys. Even then, that's like controlled. Brightburn, no other movie or TV show has kind of shown that element to it. Maybe like in a TV show, that maybe like one episode, and they
Mhm.
already have established superheroes to be able to calm them down or
Yeah.
something. But
Imagine Superman
Yeah.
being the strongest and no one being able
to stop him, no
him.
tank, no artillery, no
Yeah, that's awesome.
F-15.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
Nothing.
I can trust James Gunn when it comes to making movies and him being in charge of the direction of DC and being Clayface. I definitely think is going to be a very good movie.
Absolutely.
My number 4, a Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's not really much that needs to be said. We all thoroughly enjoyed the first one, parents and children equally. I think that's the key thing here, is that it's probably gonna gross, I'd say more than $1 billion easily, and I'd probably say like 1.5 billion, pushing 2. But because that movie is like thoroughly enjoyed by children and the parents, so I think it's very exciting. It brings in probably 2-3 generations, right? Because
who doesn't love?
My children love it. I loved playing it on the Wii growing up, and my dad and all them loved playing it on Nintendo 64 and all that. So you bring generations together. So I think I'm actually really excited to watch that movie. That one's going to be on my 4.
It's Bowser's son.
Yeah, Bowser Jr.
Yeah, Bowser Jr.
He's trying to get his dad.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, so it looks really good. I like it. So that's my number 4.
All right. My number 3 is gonna have to be Supergirl, June 26th. All right.
James Gunn again.
Obviously, after watching Superman, love the movie. You at the very end of it, you get to see Supergirl come in, and he's his cousin. He's taking a different route. She's more of a party girl, kind of drunk. And at face value, you can kind of just see that as I guess kind of annoying. Like, oh goodness gracious, another person who just wants to spend their entire life getting drunk. That's just weird. But I mean, if you really think about the character Supergirl, I mean, she was a teenager when Krypton was destroyed. So, I mean, she's old enough to really fathom all that stuff. Superman, he can understand as he gets older, like, oh, wow, I'm, quote unquote, alone in this universe. Nobody, because he doesn't know about Supergirl just yet at this, whatever. So it sucks, but he certainly doesn't hit him the same way would Supergirl. So I'm hoping to see a little bit of, I guess, adultness in this. Maybe like she's sort of like coping with her loss by like her parents, everybody that she knows, her friends, by this, and she's just masking it by like, I just want to have a good time. That might be a little cool to sort of see, and I'm hoping to see a character arc in general.
You definitely should get that. That's actually what I think James Gunn is exceptional at, and all his movies is giving you that character arc.
I love it. And then, of course, we're finally able to see this Lobo on the big screen.
Lobos.
Definitely love to see it. Obviously, Jason Momoa, if you guys didn't know, when he was signing up for Justice League to play Aquaman, he didn't think he was going for Aquaman. He thought he was going for
Lobos.
So super. That's what he identifies with. I mean,
he looks like him.
Yeah, he looks exactly like him. So to finally see him specifically play him on the big screen for the first time. I mean, Lobos. I mean, he's almost as powerful as Superman, and the only thing that kind of holds him back is the fact that he's a mercenary drunk. Kind of just going around killing for the top dollar and all that.
In fun of it.
He killed his entire species. I mean, like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And not to mention, he rides a pretty wicked ride. So a little space motorcycle, really awesome. I wanted that when I was a kid.
I think people are a little concerned if it's a perfect adaptation of the comic Woman of Tomorrow, because based on the trailers, I saw multiple side-by-side images of it looking like it was pulled directly from the comics. And that's what you want to see. Like you want to see it closely resemble the comics, but maybe not scene to scene. And I see some people saying, "Hey, scene to scene, like it looks exactly. It's the same story. You read Woman of Tomorrow, you know exactly what happens in the movie. So hopefully it's they change it up a little bit, just so just so you don't go into there and you're like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because you want to genuinely go in there and be shocked or surprised. But I am excited to see that movie. I'm just hoping that DC doesn't flop, because I know what the DC content is capable of, and DC comics are better than Marvel comics. So I know that there's a lot there that we can enjoy just as much, if not more, than what we've seen in Marvel.
For sure.
But you need to choose carefully. And only thing that I'm concerned with is I'm not sure if Supergirl is the best movie to come out after Superman to continue to bring the audience in.
Who would you have put
I mean, Flash is definitely up there. Batman, yeah, but the only thing that pisses me off about Batman is Batman, when he's coming into DC, it's already at the Brave and the Bold, so he already has Damian Wayne as his Robin. You're missing some key stories of there being Nightwing,
Jake,
Red Hood,
and
Jason, and Dick Grayson. So you're just missing so much content. So don't piss me off with this Batman thing, because I love the Batman family, but we really need the full emotional story and the roller coaster that is Batman's life.
Goodness gracious, they have gold in their hand. They just have to set it down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's but I think that's a thing across the board, that a lot of people agree that DC Comics are better than Marvel Comics. You know what I mean? It's darker. The world is amazing, right? The superheroes are amazing. A lot of people argue that the superheroes are better in DC than they are in Marvel. Just give it to us like the way we want it, and just don't ruin
You'll
it.
make billions. You'll make
easily.
You know?
Just don't ruin it.
As for what you're saying about Supergirl, I hear what you're saying with that. Maybe they got to mix it up a little bit. They can't just keep doing Superman, Batman, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, or whatever.
I get it.
Over and over and over again. They got to switch it up. They tried with Blue Beetle.
Hey, don't go after my boy, because that's our Mexican superhero. All right, don't do anything about that.
But with Supergirl, regardless of the overall story of the DCU trying to stand up and start walking, while Marvel's like miles ahead. Regardless of that, I am excited to see Supergirl on the big screen. Before this point, we've only ever seen her in animated or TV show, and both were good. But obviously, that's not going to draw in everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of people will get their first start in movies before they get before they delve into TV shows and
comics or anything like that. Yeah.
So hopefully they do this pretty good, because I do like Supergirl, and I think that she deserves her flowers.
I think so too. That's a good one. Number 3 for mine is Send Help. I don't know if you've seen the trailer. It's with Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. So it's about a girl and her crap boss, and they're on a plane ride. And he's just such like a dick to her, and they end up getting stranded on an island.
I hated my boss.
And then they get stranded on an island, and now they're stranded together, and they have to work together despite the way he would treat her. And then the movie kind of shows, but she's very, it seems like from what the show gives you, that she's like very like nature inclined. Like she knows what to do, and he doesn't.
Yeah,
so
he
now
just used a sweet for like a day and a half.
Now he's at her mercy.
Yeah, first thing he says is like, I don't know, build a big fire to help people. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
just like a boss would do. It's like,
and he even tells her too in the thing, like, I'm your boss, and she's like, none of that matters. But it looks like she's like slipping slowly, like
into madness.
Yeah. So I mean, that's so cool. What if she starts torturing? And what if she starts torturing the boss? That's just so cool. And it's Sam Raimi, so a great director and a great idea of a movie. So I'm really excited, and plus I think they're both really good actors.
I think that movie is gonna hit on all cylinders,
and it comes out this month, so definitely go watch it. That's number 3.
My number
2,
is gonna be Michael, bro.
Absolutely.
I've been waiting for a biopic about Michael Jackson for years.
Well, they do it on every other actor. I mean, every other artist. Finally, you get to the greatest artist of all time.
Smalls, you got Elvis Presley. I mean, finally, yes. What did you say?
The greatest artist of all time.
Greatest artist of all time. Yeah. By the numbers, not even close. All right. He changed everything. I love Michael Jackson. I listen to
entertainment, music videos. Yeah.
I'll work out to it. I'll clean to it. I mean, he's still absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I hopefully they do a really good job. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't research this one, but I think I heard that his family members play
Jafar. Yeah, his nephew. I think it's his nephew, Jafar Jackson.
That's great. I love that for him. I think being able to see that familial connection in the face,
Yeah.
it's definitely going to go pretty far for making this movie as realistic and as possible.
I think it will gross $1 billion.
Mhm.
I think that's the type of impact he had culturally, musically, on a global scale. Imagine if this guy had everybody being able to listen at their fingertips like we do now with like Apple Music. Imagine with the numbers he would have put up. It's insane. I know people that argue the same thing about like the Beatles and everything like that, but the Beatles are a group, and this is one man that started off when he was 8 years old being the lead singer of 8, 9, 10 years old being lead singer of Jackson 5, and then look what he did on his own in solo. You know what I mean? So it's just
absolutely candid. How much would you pay if you were to resurrect tomorrow, and have a concert? How much would you pay for a ticket?
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
I'd put a lot of money in.
Crazy amounts.
Are we talking just to be
mortgage on the
I
house.
wouldn't even say to be front row, just being in that same arena, being able to see him.
It's what he does best.
Yeah, he is an entertainer. He's the embodiment of an artist, not only because of his vocals and his ability to dance. He was like probably one of the best dancers in the world when he was alive. But just from an entertainment standpoint of the show he would give you was like second to none.
So some of the best music videos
He
ever, even
created the idea of giving you a music video. That was him. You didn't really have music videos before him. He was the one that started implementing that, and now it's everywhere
on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, now it's everywhere. Well, I mean, not even.
I remember
YouTube. It's just like you would have to go on like AOL on demand or something like that. But yeah, you wouldn't really get it, and he gave it to you.
I remember being a kid over at my grandmother's house with my uncle and my brother, and we were discovering the internet and all that. Just like for the first time, like, oh, YouTube, you can just type in whatever you want right here, and it'll pop up videos. Some of the first things that we saw was the Michael Jackson music videos, and it's a top tier memory for me.
Yeah, absolutely,
right there. Like, goodness gracious! So,
I think the first music video I ever saw of him, I know everyone's probably gonna say Thriller, but mine wasn't Thriller. I think mine was Bad, and I think that was like the coolest thing ever. In that red jacket with all the zippers and them fighting, but like dance fighting. It was so cool. I wanted to do it, and then I realized I couldn't dance. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna look like him. But I'm very excited for that movie. I think out of every movie that has ever came out when it comes to a biopic, right, of an artist, I think that one is the one that I'd be most excited to watch.
Absolutely. That comes out April 24th. So
I should have got dates. Look at you on it. Okay, well, all my movies come out in 2026, so search them up. The second one, I think it comes out in December. Odyssey. I'm so excited to watch the Odyssey. Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Yeah, it's not just anybody. It's the GOAT director himself. And that's a 10-year story of everybody. I don't think a lot of people know the story. It's just a man returning from the Trojan War, going back home to his family. But it's a 10-year journey back home. He encounters monsters. He encounters gods, encounters siren, everything, like giant, cyclops, everything. It's amazing. And then back home, there's an entire...
some might say it's an epic.
Yeah, it's an epic poem. You're so stupid. But yeah, so it's a great story. And a lot of people would say it's the greatest story ever told, right behind Jesus Christ. But it's definitely a movie I'm very excited about. And dude, that one's gonna make at least $1.5 billion. Like, that movie's gonna be so good, and the actors in that movie, it's an A-tier list of actors. That's one of those movies where when you look at visual, cinematography, plot, and narrative, actors and characters, soundtrack, and score, I've never even seen the movie. I guarantee you it checks off all those boxes. It's like Dune 2. It's gonna check off every single one of those boxes.
Like X's?
No.
Gonna X off?
Gonna check off every single one of those. Of you can't watch that movie and think, hey, it missed out on visual, cinematography, plot, narrative, actors and characters, or soundtrack and score.
You can?
No, you can't. Cannot. CANNOT. So anyways, I think the Odyssey is going to be up there in terms of checking off all those boxes. I think it's going to be an amazing movie.
Too.
It probably will, but it's Christopher Nolan. Like, what is that? Like,
he does. He makes billions.
Okay, but if Christopher Nolan imagine if Christopher Nolan directed Dune.
think Dune should just be put in a box. All right,
So stupid.
dropped in the sea, and just don't make it.
You're
right?
trying to push this narrative like people don't care about this movie, but it's genuinely you just being stupid and just trying. You're scared that it's gonna.
Scared?
Yeah, you're scared that it can be better than Star Wars. Is exactly why you're like, no, I don't want to watch
I
it.
mean, hold a candle to Star Wars.
That's fine. One has been around for 50 years for movies.
You heard of Dune 2 at Disneyland? Huh?
It's not a Disney.
That's right.
That's what I thought. He doesn't own it. Why would I see it? Anyways, Odyssey, I think, is going to check off all those boxes, and I'm very excited for that movie.
All right. Number one for me, Scream 7, bro. Oh, geez. Sidney Prescott comes back. I'm very excited for it. What's wrong with your face?
I'm not excited for it. And I've
Oh,
multiple
myself.
times I've told you I think Scream saved the horror movie genre. I love Scream. I love slasher movies because of Scream.
For that point, they were
Enough.
doing Halloween over and over again.
Enough.
13th over and over again.
Scream.
Nightmare on Elm Street over and over again.
Enough. You know what Scream is getting
Too
like?
much. Nobody likes scary movies anymore. And guess what?
Yeah.
Wes Craven comes in.
Yes.
Like a boss.
Mhm.
All right. Creates Scream 1.
Mhm.
All right. And in one sentence just hooks people. I want to know who I'm looking at. It's unthinkable. I mean, that's incredibly scary.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? It's time to stop.
And then they see me? Like, I'm home alone.
It's time to stop.
Vulnerable. And I thought I was safe inside my house. I'm not.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop the franchise already. They're going on a
kind of did that. But
they're going on a Fast and the Furious type where they're starting to go down so many movies. It's time to stop.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, baby. Okay, look, we got Scream 7 and AI. That changes things. So look, we almost got a little bit of like that with Scream 3. Okay, spoilers. You're like 25 years too late, but. With Scream 3, you get like the voice changing.
And,
I could talk about
how he's able to go and get dead people's voices.
Yeah, obviously that strays a little bit. It's like the last of the franchise. Basically, nobody's really going to sit here and say Scream 3 is their favorite.
No,
that it still was good. It had a skeleton plan that was out of this world. I mean, like just being able to bring it to Hollywood and all that. I love it.
So you think that's still good? The storyline and everything is still good, like the franchise as a whole.
Franchise, absolutely, yes. And but in order to change your mind on like how, I guess, consistent it's been, they are implementing AI. Like I said, they were trying to do that with Scream 3. All right, with AI now being here, having an actual voice changer of people that are dead. I mean, he's going to be able to talk like Stu Macher. He's going to be able to talk like Billy Loomis. He's going to be able to talk like Mrs. Loomis.
So everything has to get modern in Scream, though?
It's going to change. It's going to change.
So he's going to walk around with a syringe of COVID or what? And just try to stab you and give you COVID?
Syringe of COVID?
Like, my point is, like, it's so, like, stick to a knife, stick to chasing people.
Look, Scream 6, you were mad about the shotgun. All right, look.
He shouldn't kill anybody with the shotgun.
I thought him shooting with the shotgun was not bad. All right, he already, Scream 2, he throws somebody off the roof. Okay, meaning he kills people outside of just the knife. All right, the primary weapon that he should use should be a knife, but if he decides to get a little creative with it, defeat the monotony of just stabbing somebody with a knife, I mean, I'm for it.
Yeah, well,
I'm for it.
I'm sorry.
7, can't wait for it. Sydney's coming back. I don't know who this person. I mean, I do not believe Stu Macher is alive. I hope Stu Macher is not alive. I love Stu Macher. He's my favorite Ghostface in the series, but TV crushed his head, man.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Okay, well, I mean, I think they should stop, but I'm still going to go watch it. And that's your most anticipated movie of 2026?
Absolutely. That comes out in February 27th.
Okay, well, my final movie of 2026, which I think is going to be arguably the best movie of 2026, is Dune 3. And I know you're going to talk crap. I know you're going to be stupid.
3?
Yeah, 100%. Dune 3 Messiah, absolutely.
Good movies.
This is I'm picking an amazing movie that checks off. I'm picking off an amazing movie that checks off every single one of those boxes. It's a beautiful story about what we're watching about to be a fallen hero before our eyes. And it isn't. No, it actually Dune was made before. You're not gonna rage bait me and piss me off and doing all
The
this.
entire time. I mean, it's just
And
now they're going to be implementing.
you love Avatar and it's been on one planet.
Much.
You love
Now they're gonna be
Avatar.
implementing other planets.
You love Avatar and it's been on one planet. That's not an issue for you. But Dune 3 is on one planet.
That's a different thing. Dune, Avatar 3, they didn't try to branch out to other planets and have an empire, which is the whole
Avatar
point
is
of-
eventually they're gonna leave the planet and go to another planet. This Dune 3 is 12 years after what we just witnessed, so you could see the after effects of him, and it incorporates his children and his sister. It's gonna be good. Everything's gonna be good. I'm so excited for it. I think it's gonna hit $1 billion easy. The Dune 2 hit like almost $1 billion. This one is definitely gonna get it.
Avatar still beat it.
Hey, you want to know? Yeah, but look at James Cameron.
He still beat it.
Yeah, but I mean, he has $4 billion movies in there. Like, it's not really fair. I'm very excited for that movie. I think it's gonna check off all the boxes. I think a lot of people are excited. I think you're the only stupid one here. And you know what's crazy? You're hating so much, but guess what you're gonna do when it comes out? You're gonna go watch it.
I'm going to be dragged to it.
By who?
By you.
Then don't watch it.
I won't. I won't watch it.
Yeah.
I won't talk about it on Two Nerds in the Universe.
Okay, well then it'll be one nerd in the universe that day, and you can get the hell out because we're gonna be talking about some peak
You're
cinema that
talking
way.
about it. I was like, whoa, that really happened? Oh my
No, it's not
gosh,
gonna
maybe
be-
I should watch it.
Yeah, I think everybody should watch it. Across the board, I think everybody should watch all these movies. I think if there's any movies on here that you want to watch, or maybe that we didn't even mention that you think we should have, definitely leave down in the comments any movies that we might be missing. I think we have a good list of 10 movies and 2 honorable mentions, which are probably the number 1 and 2. But just to not say that on everybody's list, we left Doomsday and Brand New Day off.
It's still peak. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it even if it's bad. It's
Yeah.
still great. Let us know what you think about our list. Which ones do you agree with? Which ones do you not agree with? And comment what your top 5 are. And
Yeah.
definitely, we love reading these comments. We talk to each other about it pretty much every single day.
Yeah.
So please go ahead and do that, and we'll tell you if you're wrong or right. If you put Dune 3, you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you for all y'all's help and supporting us. We're getting a lot of likes, shares, comments, and all that. We're getting some good traction. So thank y'all so much. That's all to y'all. So keep clicking, liking, subscribing, and we'd love to get more content to y'all guys. So thank y'all so much. And brother, see you next time.
Later, nerds.